Hello, today I'll be showing you how to bag and ship a goldfish. Try to ship this guy out. Nice little white tiger. So to begin with, you have to grab some water from the tank, and depending on the size of your fish, this guy's about 3 inches and a 3.5. You want to multiply that by 2, so you want to get at least a 6-inch bag. I have 10-inch bags. I think it's 10 by 14. So a 10-inch bag will do, and just want to make sure you at least times 2 the size of the fish. That would give enough like water and air to add. So at least that's not where we start. So as I got the goldfish here, I have another container of water, of more tank water, and in this one, I like to add 1 drop of methylene blue, just like that, and then I like to add also 1 drop of prime. I lost my my droplet. So I'm just gonna eyeball 1 drop, and I'm just gonna first put it into the cup. So a little bit, put 2 drops. I'll just add more water, but that's fine. It's just so that because the prime will detoxify any ammonia and any other toxins for 24 hours. And you want that because sometimes you ship it either overnight or UPS 2-day, and it gives their goldfish some like wiggle room. So that on the poop or any type, if it poops in the bag, you're supposed to fast your fish at least 2 days before shipping. But if it were to poop, it will help during the shipment process in the bag because there's no filtration. And then I have to add aquarium salt. Just a little pinch. That, a little pinch. It's not that hard. All right, and then now we can grab. Oh, I found my. So yeah, I just found my droplet, but you can use this. Mix that around. Yeah, if you have one of these, it's really useful. So just move this one out of the way. And add the methylene salt water in there. There we have it. You have the goldfish in there in the bag. I like to just put a quarter of water. Um, I ship them. You'll see them after I fill it up. And then you have to get some. You can. I do not like using like atmosphere, like just like regular air. So I like to empty out the bag like this. Get all the air out because that's not pure air. Then I'll add my own air from my oxygen tank. Fill that puppy up just like that. Now this is helpful because that's like 90% air or oxygen, and instead of the atmosphere air, I think the atmosphere oxygen is just 20%. I think it is. So 90% is so much better than 20%, especially for shipping long distances. And especially the bigger the fish, you want more oxygen because they consume more. And then got my bag. Let's see here, just like that. I should probably remove some air out. because I want them to at least have some water to swim in the bag. Okay, now there we go. Now you can swim in the bag. So you want them to at least be able to swim sideways in the bag. And then if he still doesn't, or your fish still doesn't, just add more water. Not that hard, complicated. See, just like that. Just enough for them to swim sideways. Also, the water is not the most important. The air is. Oh, I like to turn my bag like this. You like to slow down the video. There you go. Now, we're not done yet. All right. So then we get another second bag, because you want to double bag it, just because sometimes, even though unless you heat press it, it's going to leak air or even water. We don't want that, because you don't want to get blacklisted from your shipping service like UPS. So you don't want any, if you have too many water spillage, they'll blacklist you and you won't be able to use their service ever again. That's what I heard, so it'll never happen to me, but I don't want. UPS is very essential to my services. And there we go. We double bagged it. Just put it on the opposite end. So remove any corners. Like that. You can tape it, but I just leave it like that, honestly. And then previously, on the first time I bagged the bag, or rubber band the bag, I used only one rubber band, two rubber bands. For the outer bag, I just used one. You can use two if you like. I just use one, two for the first bag and one for the outside bag. Same way. There we go. And then, so this is ready to be shipped. This is how I would ship it. This is good for 2 days. I've had fish last in the mail up to 7 days. With like, I think it was, what's a larger bag? It was like 8 goldfish in the bag. And they were all fine. But because UPS, on an occasion, they can lose your package, which is, stressful. So it's really important you bag your fish really well, because you never know what happens. Even overnight, I have my packages get lost. But they've most of the time they always made it. Especially goldfish. Goldfish is really easy to ship. They're really hardy, and they can tolerate temperature fluctuations. So this is good for, honestly, I think this could be good for at least 5 days, if worst case scenario. But usually I only ship it UPS 2 day or overnight, and then if they're local in California, then I can ship a priority mail or UPS ground, because they'll still get there within 2 days. But I always ship when it's like at most 2 days, never more, because it's just too stressful. And then I have to issue, if anything happens, I have to issue DOA credit. So I'd rather just pay for the UPS 2 day. If you're running a business and your customer pays for priority mail, make sure you have your shipping rates set correctly. But always don't ship it anything over UPS 2 day. 2 days should always be your max in shipping transit time, never more. It's not worth the risk. Don't ship out. And now this is when you grab your box. Just like that. And then what I like to do, because of the goldfish, I don't really use styrofoam for goldfish, because styrofoam is really expensive and it's bad for the environment. So I don't really use styrofoam, especially with goldfish. I never used it because I've used it before, but I just found that they do well even without the styrofoam. So I like to put this nice little newspaper, grab my fish, put it in there, just like that, and then I run out of newspaper here. All right. Well, point is, you put more newspaper in there. I happen to run out right now, but um, just put more newspaper in here on the round. And this is for goldfish. If you have tropical fish, I would use insulation. That's when if you have tropical fish, I would use styrofoam, and I would use insulation material. I like to use this type of padding insulation that they use for like walls and roofs. It's I like to use that. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called um, it's like the insulation they use for attics and walls and floors. I forgot what it's called. I know I forgot the material, but it's just like insulation material. Um, that's for tropical fish, goldfish. Right now it's summertime. They can just be shipped like everywhere is like around at least 80, 70 to 90 degrees. I don't know. These are from Thailand. They can survive 90-degree heat. I've shipped them. They're nice and perfectly fine. For tropical fish, it's different because you have to use insulation. Their temperature is not as like they don't tolerate very good fluctuations. Like you might use if it's in the wintertime, you definitely want to use a heat pack, especially if it's below 50 degrees. I will use a heat pack. And also depending on the fish, like if it's a flower horn, I will include a heat pack no matter what because I keep my flower horn at 80 degrees, and anything below that is I getting sick. So I always include a heat pack. You can use 72-hour or the 42-hour one, depending where you're shipping it and how and what shipping rate you're using. If you're using overnight, I would just opt for the 42-hour. If you're using UPS 2 day, I would use the 72-hour. For the goldfish, I don't really use a heat pack. If it's below 40 degrees Fahrenheit for goldfish or 30, I would put a heat pack for goldfish. These goldfish, I would if I'll just use the 42-hour one, and they're fine. And I'll put I just insulate it really well with newspaper, and they've been fine. You know, I shipped it like this. They've always been good. No complaints, and yeah, that's how you ship it, and then you just close it up. Only reason why I mentioned that about the heat packs and the time shipping time is because no one really explained that to me. So I watched many videos on how to pack fish. No one really explained it. So that kind of like what I learned in the process of like of how to ship fish. So I just want to share that information. And so okay, so this is only rated for USPS because you're using a USPS box. It's really important you label it. So I like to label it with my like I keep this side up. I have a new sticker label. This one, Rush Live Fish on it because I want them to know it's a live fish in there. To be extra careful with it. Just hopefully if they take their if they care enough. Uh, But yeah, just if you're using the UPS service, you're not allowed to use USPS boxes. I've been turned down before at the UPS store. Um, they won't take it. If you've done it and it works, well, you can keep doing that. But I don't encourage it or I don't recommend it. So I do. If you use a UPS, you will have to buy a non-USPS box. If you're using USPS, you're fine because this is it's only for priority mail. And boy, yeah, that's how you box a fish, man. Like that's really it's really straightforward. Then you just add your shipping label right here, and then that's it. I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, leave a comment but down below. If you guys did not like this video, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you didn't like. Maybe I'll do it better in the future. To help you guys out. So let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you like this content, and have a good one.